Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here, back at you with day 16 of the 31 days of Halloween. And as you can see by the screen behind me, up for review today is The Witch. And obviously, if you paid attention to my video yesterday, yeah, I've been doing quite a bit of art horror films lately. I did the Lords of Salem, also witch movies, because the Lords of Salem is also a witch movie, and you could definitely classify The Exorcist as at least high art. Maybe not necessarily an art film, but this one definitely falls under the category of art film. Yeah, so basically, if you guys haven't seen it, it's a 2016 movie, so basically it's the story of it takes place in 1611, so this is, you know, back in the beginning of the 17th century, and it revolves around this Puritan family who leaves their newfound home here in New England. And they kind of are taking place, as you can see, it's like out in this like little village. It's like their little house in the woods. So it's kind of, you know, it takes place like, it takes place pretty much just in this this little area where like they have their house, their little cottage, and there's their man, that just keeps and like wood surrounding them. So pretty much that's and I mean, pretty much strange things start happening to them, and they start to suspect each other as a witch. Now, if you know anything about this time period, it wasn't until like the mid to late, I'm not sure, and I forgot to actually research the actual date, but this takes place like, I think like around like a half a century before the actual Salem witch trials. But there was still like there was still rampant, you know, widespread belief of and obsession about witchcraft and whatnot. So this movie, I mean, it perfectly reflects the time period. I'm semi-familiar with the time period, and you know, the hysteria of what was this time period. So everything about this movie really works for me. Yeah, the dialogue is very 1611. I mean, it very much reflects the time. I mean, I've read the original King James language, you know, Bible. So that was in the 16. I think that was actually 1611. But that one also, you know, has this same kind of language. So semi-familiar with. I'm just I love history, and I love like Middle Age, like 1500s, 1600s. I love that area, especially like the early 1600s of American history. Like I do really like this. So I'm very much familiar with. You know, the language and everything like that, and this movie perfectly reflects that. Also, the acting is just incredible in this movie. I absolutely love the acting. Anya Taylor-Joy, who plays Thomasine in the movie, the young teenager, she is absolutely phenomenal. The dad in this movie, oh my god, he is so good. The mother is really, really good in that like crazy role. You know, the kids do a fine job too. I think the little brother, who isn't the youngest of them, but like the younger brother who's who is always hanging around Thomasine, is very, very good. He has one scene that I just got done watching this, and it sent chills down my spine. It was so well acted and so well crafted. The cinematography, as you can tell behind me, it's beautiful. There's a lot of gray in this movie, so there's not a lot of vibrant color in this movie. But instead, what there is this like is just this like just overwhelming dread, and like the cinematography perfectly like captures that, and the direction from Robert, I think it's Eggert, Robert Eggert or something like that. He like just perfectly captures everything good about this this time period, everything about this, like, and if you know anything about like Puritan beliefs and stuff, it is very, very much it's very much captured in this movie. Very, very it's a very, very guilt-ridden and like just I don't know, that's about basically what comes to mind right now of the adjective, is very guilt-ridden and very like it's just that and so that this captures it perfectly. Now this technically sort of a spoiler. I'm not gonna say exactly what happens, so but this is sort of a coming of age film, for if you can see the cover there, what the ending kind of is. But like it's sort of a coming of age movie in a sort of ironic kind of way, because like I said, the Puritan culture is like, if you think of the fundamentalists of today, like the of any religion, but mostly in the U.S. it's basically Christian fundamentalists. It's pretty much what Christian fundamentalists are on steroids, so it's kind of scary. But I mean, it's everything, like everything. They feel guilty about their body, about who they are as people. You know, they say over and over again, man is wicked in this movie. Like that reflects their belief system, like to the T. And so, you know, Thomasine experiences this, like this ironically, like this. I forget how somebody else how it was described before that I remember reading, but it's sort of this like that she gets lifted out of that by the the beliefs of, I mean, witches. I mean, witches are very like, if you see one of the ones is like her disrobing, like that like from coming from her Puritan, you know, culture, that is such a release and such a change of who she is, and really a coming of accepting who you are. It's sort of an ironic, a very dark, ironic way of doing that, which I really appreciate that scene there. But yeah, I mean, I think this movie is it's very slow paced. So if you don't like slow paced movies, this one's definitely not for you, because this is very slow paced. And it's very much centered around the drama of the family. You know, it's definitely very centered around that. So with that being said, I gotta highly recommend this movie. The score is haunting. I mean, it's all around like a really, really good film. Yeah, if I were to rate this, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love this movie. I think it has some of the best captured, I mean, for this time period, it has some of the best captured, I don't know, like just everything about it. It's one of the best captured films on this time period. Anything I could say bad about it, I guess you could say it's a little slow paced at times, but I think it really plays into its I think it's one of its strengths. But I guess the only other thing you could say is the kids weren't as good, like the littlest kids, the two little ones who you see skipping back and forth every now and then there. Other than that, like, I can definitely say that I I'm unsettled by this movie. I think it is a damn good horror film. And honestly, it does have kind of a good Halloween feel to it. Nothing about it says Halloween, but it's like takes place in the middle of the woods, and you can definitely tell like some of the trees are bare in some of these scenes here. So like it kind of resembles like something like an October to December, like early December kind of look. So that definitely puts me in the mood. I'll definitely watch this one more time before the the year's over. But by the way, this is my Steelbook, and actually this is the first time I watched the Blu-ray of the Steelbook the whole way through. So I definitely enjoyed that. But yeah, that's going to be all for this review. That's all my thoughts that I wanted to get through. Thanks guys for tuning in. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I've gotten a couple new subscribers. Thank you guys for tuning in here. Yeah, that's going to do it all for today. Coming up for review tomorrow is another art film, and that's going to be It Follows. I got 5 more movies coming up until I get into my Halloween reviews, so It Follows is the first one of those. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. This is definitely another one of the art films that came out in the past couple of years. But yeah, I will see you guys again with that video tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. See you tomorrow.